What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Rolling Updates podcast. Here, I just talk about things going on in the community as well as things going on with me and some channel plans, and we're just going to dive into it right away. So let's start with the community stuff. Highboy went live today. They reached their Kickstarter goal within 10 minutes of them launching. Still under their next milestone, so they need to make, I think, 100,000 for them to get the RFID capabilities, and they need 1 million to get 5 gigahertz capabilities. It would really be nice to see if they can get that done. Laura included as well if they reach that goal. I'm really excited for it. It does seem pretty promising. I think it might reach their goals that they want. Secondly, the Wi-Fi Pineapple Pager. You know that the shipping date will be 12/12. I haven't heard much from Hack 5 since. I don't know if any of us have heard anything more from Hack 5 just about that shipping announcement. I haven't heard anything from InfiShark Tech about the BLE Shark Nano when it comes to shipping. I haven't heard anything from Interrupt, and unfortunately I haven't heard anything from M1. So the last thing I left off with M1 was I left over like 20 questions I sent to them saying, what happened to you guys? Why did you guys take so long to respond to people? And why did you guys come out of nowhere with the Kickstarter? What's going? I asked all the tough questions, and they were pretty like excited that they were kind of to contact, and we were talking back and forth. They were pretty fast with the responses, but after I sent them the list to their engineering department, it kind of ghosted me. So I'm still waiting for M1 to respond to those emails. When they do, I'll make sure to update you guys once I hear from them. So let's talk about the future of hacking gadgets. So currently, right now, in the space that we're in, the time we're in, there's a lot of options out there. There's a lot of multi-tools. There's some devices that are dedicated to one thing. I just feel like currently in the state is that there's a lot of, not copies, but just a lot of the similar devices that could do similar things. And I'm coming to realize that there's no real, this is the best gadget and that's it. It's all about preference and what is your use case scenario. Not a lot of people out there clone key cards every day or trying to clone car keys in general, or they're not using IR capabilities that much, things like that. A lot of people, in my opinion, I think they're really into the Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and bad USB capabilities, also RF capabilities as well. And a lot of this stuff people use every single day, don't get me wrong, but a lot of people don't use this stuff every single day. So it all comes down to preferences and what works for you and what type of pen testing that you like to do. Now, I came into this community pretty late in the game. I've been doing this for about maybe 2 years now, maybe a little less than 2 years, and I've seen a lot of gadgets come out of nowhere in the last 2 years. And a lot of them were pretty unique. A lot of them came up with a lot of unique ideas and something that was just a little bit different than the other one. All of these gadgets being pretty similar to what they can do, but offering something a little different. It's really important right now, because a lot of the times with these pen testing multi-tools and new hacking gadgets that come out, if they're not different enough or they don't have a unique feature, then it's really not worth getting. So then you're thinking to yourself, what should I be looking out for when it comes to the future of hacking gadgets? What are the new buzz things to look out for? And you're not going to be surprised for me to say AI is the new buzz when it comes to these hacking gadgets. So on the horizon, you're going to see a couple of things, and be on the lookout for it too. So you're going to have AI detection tools. So what is that? So you're going to have a device, which for example, you plug it into your network or you attach the device into your network, and it just scans the network for you and alerts you for anything that's abnormal, or if it sees anything. It uses the power of AI to look through everything, not just looking for electronic signatures that usually trigger antivirus, but this is a defensive, almost active tool that is monitoring and noticing any changes and patterns in your network. So now let's talk about the offense when it comes to these hacking gadgets and the future of them. So there's a device that's coming out called the kode, and it's going to be using AI to help you generate payloads on the go. So basically you go up to a target, you tell the device what you're looking to do, and it will make a custom payload off of what you tell it. So basically just having an AI write the script for you live. Now, if you want to learn more about that device, I recommend you checking Talking Sasquatch's video that he just released on it. He does a pretty good job breaking it down. He has one of those prototypes in his studio currently. But you're going to see more tools like that, and I think you're going to see in the future more tools that will adapt aggressively to an environment. So once it gets plugged in, so instead of putting a payload in that scans a particular environment to do certain things, you're going to have an AI tool that you plug in, and it's going to do threat detection on its own. It just, you plug it in, it'll think and do everything, find the vulnerabilities, find the open ports, and do all the work for you. And then it's going to tell you, hey, this is all the stuff you can do right now. What do you want to do? And then you pick what you want to do, hit a button, and then it's just going to execute. So you're going to see that level of AI tools coming as well. So those are going to be the tools that change the game currently, because currently right now I feel like we're just having a lot of the same multi-tools out there. Now granted, some multi-tools are better than others, and there's some multi-tools that work better for other people than others, especially when it comes to, again, accessibility. But when it comes to AI, you're going to see that heavily integrated with these hacking tools in the future. And that's my prediction. Now, one thing to look out for as well when it comes to this whole AI hacking tool generation that will be coming out is that make sure you guys sit down and actually learn the tools. Like, understand what's going on in the background. These hacking gadgets now, you're kind of forced to learn it. And it's my favorite thing currently because of the way that it's a hands-on learning experience. You can see things physically and you can feel it, touch it, look at it. It's not theory based. Like when you have these hacking tools, you're forced to learn about it to use it. But when you get to the AI level where it's doing everything for you, just speak and it does it, you lose that level of learning. So it's not hands-on anymore. Just something to keep in the back of your mind. So now it's time to move on to channel updates and the future of my channel and the things that are changing. To start, we have over 850 videos. We did cybersecurity gadgets, and this whole journey has been me trying to find my path and things that I want to do. So I pretty much got my hands in a little bit of everything. Some of the best things that happened in the last almost 2 years is that we got familiar with companies that I want to be familiar with, and we have like insider information that I share with you guys. I feel like I'm almost a voice now between the companies and the community to the companies, trying to keep the companies in check and making them know that like the community comes first and that we demand answers and we need transparency. So I feel like this channel has become more of a voice for that. I've been helping bridge that gap from them to people, and I honestly enjoy that. So I want to continue to do that no matter what. So the companies that we already are affiliated with and the ones I already do support, I'm going to keep giving you guys updates and insider background stuff about things going on. I'm continuing to make projects and support them and support the community. But when it comes to the newer stuff, I'm kind of going to dial back a little bit. Like I have been. I've kind of been stepping back a little bit for a couple of reasons. One, the space. There's a lot of new content creators out there right now, and they're doing amazing jobs. So, and I met a lot of people. I tried saying, hey, try YouTube. Don't think like you can't do it. Just do it. Try it, and I'll be there to help. And then a lot of people grew their own channels, and now they're growing their own communities, and it's a beautiful thing. So. And I'm seeing everybody kind of fit in their little spaces. Everybody has their own special thing that they really like, and their own special niche. And it's so nice seeing it. And you can see them they're really, not maybe blossoming is not the best word, but they're really just they're blowing up because they found what they love. They found what really fits for them, and they're doing just a great job. So, and everything. There's all different flavors of it too. So there's not just one channel that does one thing great. Everybody does a certain thing great. They have one thing that's special about them, and it's just nice seeing it. And there's so many different flavors, and I know what I want to do, but I don't want to just saturate and put things out there either. And I'm finding that a lot of this stuff, I'm not saying that I don't enjoy it, but I like what I like. So I like the Wi-Fi pen testing. I like recon. I love wireless. Anything wireless transmissions and anything where you can manipulate signals is right up my alley. I love that. To me, that's really cool stuff. Now, when it comes to bad USB, that's probably my second favorite things, when you can create payloads, basically having a computer think it's a mouse and keyboard, but it injects keystrokes. And that's probably my second favorite thing. But the wireless stuff is my favorite when it comes to pen testing and networking. And again, that's what I went to school for, so I understand networking a little bit better than most of the stuff. And then the bad USB stuff being my second favorite. That said, that's the stuff I like. And I was looking into programming. I was looking into building and manipulating hardware. And to me, I tried doing it, but I didn't have that feeling behind it. So it was like me like forcing myself to do something where I was like, I want to do something else. This is not what I really want to learn right now. Now, is to say I'm not going to do that? No, I'm not saying I'm not going to not do it. Maybe eventually one day I'll do it. But right now I have like a burden on me to do the survival tech stuff. Like I need to severely focus on it. And it's kind of like scary because like it almost feels like a weight on me right now. Like I need to get this stuff out there. I need to learn. I need to share. And it feels very urgent. And I don't know where this thought and feeling is coming from. And I mean, I talked about the survival stuff in the past, but the focus a year on it, the 2026, and make that a channel theme it's kind of significant, and it's a big change, but something I'm really excited about. Like I also have not like butterflies, but like I have that general like feeling of inspiration. Like I feel it in my gut. Like I'm so excited to dive into this. So like that feeling, that drive, that chase, that like that excitement, like that's what I'm chasing. And like I know that's where I need to go. So when it comes to radio communication, when it comes to Meshtastic, when it comes to survival, doomsday prepping, when it comes to blackout awareness, when it comes to digital forensics, when it comes to Cube's operating system, Kane operating system, Tails operating system, radio frequency hacking, breaking into it, like really cool stuff. And I always loved military tech. Like, and I was a kid, I was inspired by Ghost Recon Future Soldier. That was when I was a kid. Like when I saw that, I was like, wow, that's so cool. I want to do stuff like that one day. And I want to do that. Like I want to chase that childhood dream of like the military tech, the self-defense, but like in a different way, like more of like a survivalist standpoint, something different. And I don't feel like, and I know that I could make it fun. Like I know I can make it visually appealing and make it interesting. And I feel like, I mean, I'm not saying that there is none out there like that, but I'm saying that I want to put my flavor and taste to it into the community, because I feel like it can help people and excite them and get them into this space. And this is something that's very valuable. I can keep making a hacking gadget video over and over again, but the hacking gadget's not going to save your life. I mean, it could help you in a situation maybe, but this stuff is stuff that could possibly save your life. And it's to teach you valuable skills, like what to do when you're in a blackout scenario and you don't have water for over a week, and how do you go find it? How do you create this? How do you grow food? Like people don't know these skills anymore because we've relied on convenience for so long that we just take everything for granted. But just like it could be all gone. What do you do? Think about that right now. The power went out for 3 weeks. You had no power for 3 weeks. Your food is done. Your water is, you're not be able to go use your well, your pump, septic, anything. What do you do in that 3 weeks? Do you have a plan at all? Do you have any battery backups? Do you have anything going on right now? Think about that. Like it's a little bit of a reality shock now, but when I'm going to be making guides, I'm going to show you cost-effective ways to start preparing, what foods, how to store water, and things I think are really valuable. And that's just the main base, and it's not the tech spot, but that stuff's important because you can have all the survival tech in the world, but if you don't have water and food, forget it. You can't even use the tech you have. So there's layers to it, and I really want to dive deep into it, and I'm going to learn a lot. Like I don't know everything about that space yet, but I have the drive that I want to do it, and I want to make these survival guides for everybody. Now that we have this audience, now it's time to give them even more valuable stuff. So I'm going to continue with the mental health stuff. I'm really excited for the military tech stuff. I don't know where it's going to take me, but I can't believe where we are today with these hacking gadgets. It's crazy. It's crazy that we are where we are today. And I can't wait to look a year from now that I'm doing this podcast to see where we go. Like I'll be excited to see where we are a year from now. So that's the future of the channel. So I know it's probably gonna disappoint some people, but at the same time, maybe it's excite a whole new landscape for us. And it's what I want to do. And I have a lot of future plans. I want to help you guys build antennas for your devices, because right now I know that if you're just slapping on an antenna is not the right way to go about it. You need to make sure you have the right power output. Because you can put an antenna on it, maybe making your range worse. Like you don't have the right antenna, the right length. You need maybe you need an amp on it. There's so many things that contribute to these antennas on your devices. I want to really learn it so I can help get the community even set it up. Like, not to say I want to sell antennas one day, but I want to help make them. I actually have a really good connection because my dad builds actual radio antennas for all over the world. So I can link up with him. He has all the tools I would ever need to use to even to start. So there's something that I want to work on and definitely get into ham radio space. And again, survival tech stuff, and share it with you guys and make it accessible and make it fun. Make survival tech fun. That's what I want to do. I think I'm going to be using gadgets like the H4M a lot, the Wi-Fi Pineapple Pager a lot during this, and definitely Meshtastic and anything LoRa really, and even building my own devices that work with solar tech, solar power. So there's a lot. So there's a lot I want to do. I have a lot in my brain that I want to do. I want to make cool events and stuff like that too. So just really excited. And I think it's going to be really good for the channel and good for us and good for the community. So I know what I like to do. I know my niche and what makes me really excited. And I'm gonna start to push myself in that direction. A lot less stress too. So when you want to learn something, when you have that drive and you have that hyper focus, it makes the learning experience so much more pleasurable than forcing yourself to do something where you want to do it, but like you don't have that passion behind it. And this is where I feel the most at home for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe because the whole ghost strategist, the whole that whole vibe is just, I don't know, just it feels good I finally mentally found what I really want to do, and I really think it's gonna turn into something, and I'm really excited to see where it takes us. And the last thing I want to talk about, and I know this is a pretty long podcast, so I apologize, but the mental health stuff and my most recent discovery is that I found something new about myself. So I compare myself a lot to a computer, and it's just the human experience is a computer thing. It just helps me explain it a little bit. So I talk about the firmware level of your being and your consciousness. So firmware being the state where you're just born, you have default human traits. You're hungry, you have pain, you cry. It's the simple childlike behavior that you're defaulted with. It's not defaulted, but it's what comes with your firmware. And then as you grow up, and as you when you become up to who you are, you have your own operating systems and your own states. So I talk about the default state and negative perspective on life. And then I have the chosen state where I strive to be. It's the state where I should be happy and have peace with myself and love myself and not look so hard on myself and beat myself up. It's who I am supposed to be. And then my most recent discovery is I call the corrupted state. So the corrupted state is that state where you're pushed at against a wall, and the most ugly version of you comes out. That's that state. It's the state that you don't realize it, but you're also fighting that state too. Because if you just stick to your defaults and you just coast, eventually you become corrupted. And it's like a virus that's been installed in each and one of us. It's in our firmware somewhere. It's a default human behavior too. It's just when you're pushed to your survival, like you do not animalistic, but it's when people are at their worst, and there's no empathy, no sympathy, nothing. It's just you're I don't know how to word it. It's when you're the most inhuman, if that makes any sense. Inhumane and not a great place to be. And you don't ever want to be that, but it's also another battleground that you're fighting. So you're fighting the place that you need to go, because your default state's not where you want to be either, because the default state is not your best version of you. You're trying to be a better version of yourself, so you're fighting upwards to be that better version of yourself, even though you're constantly getting punched in the face and you keep getting knocked down. So that's a battle that way. Then you also have behind you getting pulled in the other direction is that corrupted state. The corrupted state that shuts that, and then when you're in that corrupted state, you're shut off to the world. You don't care about anybody but yourself. It's like you're angry, you're violent. It's not a good place to be, because again, it's not healthy. But it's a place that is inside all of us, and sometimes it comes out sometimes in those ugly moments when you're pushed against a wall, or you're completely fried and burnt out. It's even past the crash out state, like I talked about in the other podcast. It's a state that I've realized exists, and I acknowledge, and I know that now It's another direction I'm being pulled in, and it's a constant fight in that direction. So you're not only trying to get out of the default state to go upwards, you're also trying to fight the battle not to go downwards at the same time. So it's a constant fight. You're always fighting, and it's exhausting. It's exhausting on all fronts. When you're doing really great, when you're on your chosen state, when you're happy, you view life better, you have the better mindset, you're the furthest away from that corrupted state. And so you never have to worry about that coming up. But as soon as you start backsliding, once you're in that middle state, that default state, I feel like I'm currently in my life right now, that's when you're the most vulnerable to being corrupted. Because being corrupted sometimes is also blissful, because at the same time it's so simplistic. It's like whatever attitude. It's just whatever. It's stuff that's deeply embedded in that firmware. Now, a lot of people, they call it, we're all born sinners. So that's that. I'm talking about that virus that's inside all of us, that thing that's inside us. It's just something that you need to know exists, and not to be worried about it, and not to feel it in any way or give it any attention. It's just something to know, hey, be aware. Like, it's dangerous sometimes just to sit there and just keep being in your default state, keep being hopeless, because eventually it's going to keep eating away at you, and you're going to notice one day, you look yourself in the mirror and say, what happened to me? Why am I like this? I used to love other people. I used to have actual connections with other people. It's because you're slowly slipping into that place where you shut yourself out from everything and everyone, and you become corrupted, because you're not meant to be that way. You're meant to be in that chosen state. So I'm going to be working on that. So it's a new discovery. So I'm probably not wording it the best right now. So please take the things I just said just with a grain of salt. Like, I'm still figuring that out, and I'm working on it. I'm writing my notes. I'm learning, but it's a new discovery for myself. It's just the existence of that state, knowing it. It's the same state that Cain killed Abel. It's that ugly part of humanity that exists, and you see it. You see it throughout the Bible. You see it throughout humanity. People doing things that you would think, how can somebody do that horrific thing to somebody else? Like, sometimes we detach ourselves from that reality. It's just sometimes you just gotta sit back and question things, But we'll talk about that another day. But thank you guys for listening to this podcast. There's a lot in this one, but the channel updates is probably one of the biggest things that we went over in this podcast. And honestly, as I'm talking to you, I don't know if you can tell, but it's a more of a peaceful state I'm in. And I'm just accepting it, and I'm upset with myself because I want to do so much more. I just can't. I'm noticing it in my family life. I'm noticing it in my life in general, is that I was doing too much, too fast. It's doing a disjustice to you guys if I keep pushing myself that way. And I got my kids I gotta take care of, and I gotta be present. So it's just a lot. But I'm managing it. I'm learning. It's just been a learning process all this time. But I know this is the right move for me to do. And I'm really happy, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I'm so happy to see the content creators that have been sprouting and growing. So proud of each and every one of you. It touches me inside, to know, I was just a part of helping in any way. It means the world to me. That's all I've ever wanted to do, and all I ever want to continue to do. I'm proud of all of you, the ones that listen, and the ones that are even making this tiny little improvements in their life every single day. It's not an easy battle, but it's one worth fighting. But with that said, thank you guys for listening. I hope you guys have a good day, and remember, safety is an illusion.